Hey everybody, it's Jody and it is time for another ukulele review. Today I am reviewing this beautiful ukulele by Lanikai that is given to me on loan from my friend just for the purposes of reviewing it on this channel. So big thank you to my friend Tony for letting me borrow his gorgeous ukulele. I've had this for I think 2 weeks now. I've been playing it and I'm ready to give it an honest review. So here we go. This is the Lanikai QM-BLCEC. It is a concert-size quilted maple. It's a laminate quilted maple. Let's just do a little 360 view. As you can see, it is glossy, so you're going to be seeing some reflections of my windows. But I will do the best I can. Look at that. It is just a gorgeous ukulele. All right, so yes, it is a laminate quilted maple, and I'll be talking more about laminate, but it definitely has its place in the ukulele market, and it definitely has its advantages. And a big advantage of that is its durability. You don't have to worry so much about changes in humidity with this ukulele, which is a big perk, especially if you want to take this with you everywhere, or leave it hanging on your wall. It is blue, as you can see, but it is not painted blue. It is a stain, which I really like because you can still see the wood grain. And on this ukulele, I mean, that is just gorgeous. That's the quilted maple right there. This model also comes in a red stain, a black stain, and what they're calling a natural, like a brown stain. So very pretty. It's got black binding, ABS binding on the front and the back, which I really like. I like that contrast. I think it's really pretty. The neck, I don't know what the neck is made out of. It does not say on their website in their product description, so I don't know what the neck is made out of, but it is made out of 3 pieces. There's a joint here and there's a joint up here. And the neck is also glossy. I wanted to point that out. Some people don't like that. They think that for a glossy ukulele, it's better to have a satin finish neck. And in theory, I would agree with that. It would seem like a satin finish neck would be more comfortable. But my Koaloha soprano, which is also glossy, also has a glossy neck. And I've never really noticed it or had any problems with it. So personally, from my own personal experience, I don't mind the glossy neck. I could see how some people would think maybe it would, if your hands were sweaty, it would be sticky or something, but I haven't had any issues with it, but I did want to point it out because some people may not like that. It has a slotted headstock, which I really think just adds to the whole aesthetics of the instrument. It's just so gorgeous. I mean, this ukulele is just gorgeous. I mean, some people, there's some school of thoughts that say the slotted headstock can help with intonation and keeping it in tune by having this steeper angle of the strings, and then other people say no, it doesn't make any difference, and I can't really rule on it either way, but I do think it's a really pretty design choice that they have there. The tuners are deluxe Grover tuners, so they're very nice tuners, and I've enjoyed them. There's the Lanikai logo. This is my first Lanikai that I've ever played. I've heard of them. I kind of put them on the same category as like Kala or Cordoba. Very reputable ukulele brand that makes a wide range of instruments, and we'll talk more about them in a minute. But this this logo is like, I don't know, I don't think it's an inlay, but maybe it's like a transfer or something, but you don't feel it at all. I think it's under the finish, under that gloss finish. so it's not going to rub off or chip off, I don't believe. What else can we say? Oh, interestingly, it did not come with Aquila strings. According to their listing, it comes with D'Addario strings. I don't know if these are the original strings though, because again, I'm borrowing this from a friend. What else can I say about it? Oh, it's got a Nubone XB nut and saddle here and here. And I did follow their little link on their website about Nubone XB, and the explanation given is that these nuts and saddles will increase bass response. I think that's what the XB stands for. Add rich harmonics and improved tone. Now, I just recently watched a video from Hawaiian Music Supply, and they took the same ukulele and switched out just the saddle, not both, but the saddle with all these different saddles, and they did sound comparisons. If I remember, I'll link that video in the description. But it was very interesting. What I got out of it though was, I mean, you have to have a really good ear to hear all the differences. But what I got out of it, bottom line is, bone, Nubone, tusk are all gonna sound better than plastic saddles. And then when you get into ebony and rosewood, those have a little bit different tone qualities, but yeah, I think they do add the resonance. The nut and saddle are important because the strings are touching them, and the string is where we get the sound. That's where the sound is first produced. So yeah, Nubone, nut and saddle. And while we're talking about the nut, it is 37.4 millimeters wide, which is slightly wider than a common nut width, but they come in all different sizes, but a lot of ones I have are like 35 or 36. So this is 37.4, but it doesn't bother me. I've played ones that are wider that I think are uncomfortable. This is a very comfortable size for me. And I really like the neck profile. It's not too chunky and it's not too thin. It's very comfortable for me to play. It's got this gorgeous abalone rosette. It's pretty thick and just really beautiful. And they say it's a 8-hole no tie bar bridge. Let's take a look at that. So it's technically more than 8. But see how, if you see the holes there? So that's the bridge. I have not tried to replace strings on a bridge like this, but there we have it. While we're talking about the bridge and the fretboard are both walnut. Now we're coming to the one little thing that I would change about this ukulele aesthetically, and that is that I think this would look so much better with a dark fretboard and bridge. I mean, we've already got the black binding. I just think it would be stunning if this was a really dark fretboard. That's what I prefer. I understand why they didn't. Rosewood is getting trickier and trickier to import and export on an instrument, and ebony would be more expensive, but you can stain these, and that's what I would suggest. And if this were my ukulele, that's what I would do. I have stained one fretboard before, and I'm going to be staining another one soon, so I'll make a video about that. But I have a marker, but it's actual stain in the marker. And you remove the strings and you color it all down with the stain, let it sit for a long time, wipe off the excess, and then repeat. And then you've got a stained fretboard. It's not sticky, there's no residue. And it would also make these little fret markers pop and stand out. I think it would look really cool. So that's my only little issue aesthetically with this ukulele. But it does have the markers and it does have the side markers. Yay. It comes with strap buttons, which I think is great. I really am a fan of straps. I think it helps with technique because you're not worrying about holding the neck up. While we're talking about that, it's pretty balanced, although it's a little bit heavy on this side. And I think that is because it comes with electronics, which is pretty nice. Let's see. Let's check my notes again. It comes with Fishman, Kula, preamp, and tuner. So right here you can see that it takes a 9-volt battery, and that's where you plug it in. And then right here is your controls, which I really like. It's pretty fun. You have a volume control, bass, middle, and treble. So you can adjust the sound from your ukulele, which I really like. I like having that control. And then it also has a built-in tuner, which I will try and show for you. Okay, so there's this little button. You press the little button in, it starts flashing, so you know that the button's on. And that it will keep flashing because you don't want to leave it on. You'll just be draining your battery. When you pluck a string, it will show you. So all it shows, it can't tell you how much, but it tells you if you're flat or sharp. And then you tune it. Accordingly, and then you press the button to turn it off. Another cool thing is when it's plugged in, if you press the button, you can tune it and it won't be coming out through your amp. So if you were doing a gig and you wanted to tune between songs, you could tune it and everyone's not going to hear it. What else? Let me see. Oh, it does, I wanted to point out, it does have that black binding also on the fretboard. Super smooth, no sharp frets at all, and very low action and very good intonation. So the playability just in general is pretty nice. It's pretty nice to play. It is a little heavy, and I'm sure some of that has to do with the electronics. I'm sure a lot of that has to do with the electronics inside. But it is a little bit heavy. It's not super thin laminate. I would like it to be a little bit thinner because then it would be a little bit more resonant. Yeah, so I'm gonna play it and then I'm gonna show you the case that it comes in, and then we'll talk about price and recommendations. So. So now let's try a little bit of finger picking. We'll do one more sample farther up the neck. My head's getting chopped off now. Oh well. Okay, so now I plugged it in. And when you first plug it in, it's already coming through the amp. And then, as I mentioned, if you press this little button, that turns the tuner on. So this is what it sounds like not plugged in. Then I will engage the pickup. And then again, you can adjust bass. Here's the bass. Middle. And treble. I don't hear so much difference with the treble. But there we have it. So that's the pickup. And hopefully you could hear. All right. So there we have it. It sounds good. I enjoy playing it. It's got a warm sound. Again, it's not super resonant. I wish it were a little bit more. And it's not fair to compare it to like a solid wood instrument. I mean, because they're gonna have a different sound. Laminate and solid wood do have different sounds. I've talked before about how I think of sound this way, like the depth of the sound, and solid wood, there's just more. The longer you listen to it, the more you notice different little nuances in the quality of the sound. And laminate instruments tend to be more narrow, and kind of what you hear right off the bat is what you hear, and not a lot of complexity to it, which is not a bad thing. They're different. And it doesn't have a ton of sustain either. But I've been playing this a lot. I do enjoy it. It's got a pretty good projection. It's not the loudest ukulele I have, but I wouldn't call it quiet. It's got decent projection, would do great in a jam, and it's got the pickup, which is nice. I've already mentioned the playability is really nice. It's very easy to play. The action is nice and low. And I'm enjoying this nut width, this 37.4 millimeter nut. It does have just a pretty quality to it. It's more on the warmer side. It's nice. So let's talk about this. Would I recommend this? I would. I think this falls into a special category of wanting a nice ukulele that's very well constructed and very beautiful and kind of has that wow factor, but also laminate. I mentioned already, laminate is nice because you don't have to pamper it so much and you don't have to worry about it so much, and you're also not paying as much for it. And so if you feel like that but you still want a really nice instrument, then you may want to consider something like this. A really nice instrument that's also laminate. I'm trying to remember the price. I'll put it up here, but I believe it's it's in the 340s, I believe, but again, just look up there. So it's not cheap, and it's what I would consider in the mid-level range of ukuleles. This is also a nice upgrade instrument from your starter ukulele. You've had one, you've learned to play, you love it, you want to start doing gigs, you want something that's more of a work of art. So yeah, I forgot to mention it does have a cutaway, so when you get really fancy and you want to go all the way up the neck here and play these notes, you can do that without the body getting in the way. So that's nice. I also wanted to read to you something that was on the Lanikai's website, kind of like their part of their mission statement or how they describe themselves. They say Lanikai specializes in providing ukuleles for discerning musicians requiring dependability, playability, and style. And if those are their goals, I think they hit the nail on the head. I really do. So these are for discerning musicians. Dependability, so I really think you get that with the laminate, although they do have solid wood models as well, but also the dependability is well constructed. Playability, I mean, the action was perfect and it plays like a dream. It really plays nicely. And style, nobody can argue that that this ukulele doesn't have style. I mean, it's got oodles and oodles of style. It's just beautiful. I could look at this all day, really. And there's so many different factors that go into your choice of ukulele, and the looks is a valid one, okay? Because there's so many ukuleles to choose from. You might as well get one that you just love to look at as well as love to play and love to hear. So it's a very valid prerequisite for your ukulele search. Okay, so let's take a look at the case that this ukulele came in. Here is the case. First off, right off the bat, huge pocket. Look at the pocket. They made use of all the area they could on the front, which I really like. They've got an embroidered Lanikai logo. And interestingly enough, the zipper is all on the side. The zipper's not here, it's here. But yeah, it's got depth to it. You see that pocket? You could get a lot in here. I think you could get like an entire songbook in here. So that's the pocket. It's got this strap in the back, but you could also unhook it and put it on the side here. It has a zipper and a Velcro closure and a handle. And it's like rigid. It's kind of like a cross between a hard case and a gig bag. Definitely more support than a gig bag though. It kind of reminds me of a violin case. So here we go, the inside. Let's go ahead and we'll put the ukulele. Well, before I put the ukulele in there, it's got a pocket, pretty big. Well, I don't know if it's a pocket, a compartment. I'm gonna put the ukulele in here so you can see it better. But it fits very nicely, very snug. I imagine the ukulele just being happy once it goes into its little home. There it is. It even has this strap if you want to put that on, just in case, I don't know, in case you forgot to zip your bag close and you pick it up and it's not going to fly out. I don't know. It's got that, and then we'll close it up. So yeah, it's a nice gig bag, or I don't know what they call it. Black nylon foam case is what it says on the website, but that wouldn't make me think of this. That would make me think of a gig bag. But anyway, it's hard. So it's nice. I do like it. I would feel like it's well protected. It's not. I don't think it'd be super comfortable to carry, and it's heavy. I mean, because the ukulele is already heavy, and then the bag is so heavy duty. So I think it'd be more comfortable just to carry it this way. But yeah, so that's the case for it. It also says that it comes with a limited lifetime warranty. But there you have it. That is the Lanikai QM-BLCEC. Very nice ukulele. Gets my GirlMeetsUke stamp of approval. Thanks again to my friend Tony for letting me review it on my channel. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I'll be back soon with more ukulele goodness. Don't forget to play your uke today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.